I'm so sorry. We're starting again because apparently I hit the wrong button. Hi, new in town? No. Anyway, I'm going to start again. Hi, I'm Sandy, because I cannot piece the videos together. I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sandy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ontario, Canada. Oh my gosh. I crack myself up. Now I'm going to just make sure that I'm actually live. Oh, I got somebody's there, so let's see what we have. Sorry. Oh my gosh. There we are. Yeah, just a tad nervous. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to make a really cool, epic style of fun fold. See, I've lost all my words. I'll see. Oh my gosh. Hi, I hope everyone finds me. Anyway, I'm really excited about that. And at the end of the video, I actually have an alternative to the card. I mean, it's the same card, but it's done differently. So it'll be kind of cool. And again, if you need a copy of the upcoming annual catalog, I need to know by March 26th. Send me a message and I will get that out to you. You have to live in Canada, mind you. And if you have a demonstrator already, please ask them. Please ask them. Okay, so let's do this again. Here's the set I'm using. I believe the wording's backwards. Yep, it is. I just saw the video. Dragonfly Garden. So we've got dragonflies, little, I don't think they're dragonflies. Were they? Little dragonflies? I don't want to say bugs. Really pretty greenery, flowers. This is for the butterfly as well as a two-step. Some really beautiful, well, I'll maybe do this where it's not backwards. Some really beautiful sentiments and a coordinating dragonflies, because there's two, punch. So let me flip the camera around again and not shut the camera off a second time. Don't hit finish. Okay, where's the button I want? There, okay. Un momento. There we go. Yeah, I totally hit the wrong one. It's this one. There's the top of my desk. I will move you closer and get you lined up the best I can. I hope I'm not talking really loud now. Okay, get my light over here so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. I also need to get my measurements because there's a bunch. So if you want to, well, you can always listen to the replay, but if you want to hear the, let me just double check. If you want to hear the measurements while I'm doing this, then grab a pencil and paper. I'll give you a second. In the meantime, hey Gail, I love the dragonflies too. They're so pretty, and I mean, and I've decided I need to go back and take a little look at some of the stamps that I have in my collection, in my stash. Hey Marjorie, welcome. Welcome. Alrighty, so there's the punch. I'll show it to you upside down so you're not getting the glare. Really, punches are so easy. And the cool thing about this is you don't have to have dies because you've got the punch. Alrighty, let's set that aside. I'm not going to need that quite yet. And the first thing we're going to do, believe it or not, is we're going to heat emboss. Now, having said that, you can do this entire card without any heat embossing. Okay, so if you don't heat emboss, not an issue. All right, so my poor little embossing buddy, I've used it so much. Look how flat it is. In the past few days, I have been going not so crazy, in a good way. And with my heat embossing, because I'm trying a different little project. So I'm actually covering the whole piece. This particular piece of scrap, well, it's not really scrap anymore, 5 3/8 by 7 inches. And that will come in handy for what we're doing. So what I did is I picked out those little, I don't know, butterflies, whatever they are, and I chose the dragonfly. There's one. Do I have the other one handy? No, but I have the stamp set handy. Okay, there's one. I guess because you can layer them. One with the dark and one like this. And this is what I'm using because I want, like I said, I want the card to be really light. Really, really light. That's my thought pattern. So I've got the embossing buddy down, which will hold off, hold off. Try to keep the static away. And nope, we're not. Move down a bit. So this is Versamark. Here, flip that over. I think it's in need. I can still see that it's shiny. You see that on there? That's the Versamark, so it's sticking. You can actually hear this sticking. All right, so I'm going to try and replicate the card I made, which isn't easy when you're heat embossing kind of loosey-goosey all over the place. But first thing I'm going to do is go here, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to see where I've done this. Okay, I'm going to put one down here. It's not going to be identical, obviously. So when I decided on this particular, it's right there. I have to pay attention to myself. This particular design. This is one, and my memory is so bad at the moment. Less is more. Okay, so I'm not doing a ton of these. And a smart girl would probably do this twice. I think I can fit one down here too. So I think I can see where those, where the dragonflies are. Think. Okay, not upside down, Sandy. Did I put one down here? I did not. So right here, I can see there's one there and there. So actually, in my defense of the stamp isn't as clean as it could be, it's actually working out because it's leaving a teeny bit of color. And where are we going? Maybe here. I think we're, oh, I didn't get oh, I'm really close, but I think that's going to be okay. All right. So again, start upside down, keep the ink at the top. And when you get, if you don't have Versamark already, when you get it, get the re-inker right away, because you just don't know when you're going to need it. Now I happen to have 3 of these because I did classes, so I just kind of rotate them. So I'm using copper, and you get oh jeepers, what's the third color? You get, are those my fingerprints on there? It better not be. Ugh, I hope not. I hope not. You get copper, silver, and gold in the 3-pack. Okay, I will get rid of that because that does not belong there. You can use a paintbrush, but I always find when I'm heat embossing or putting the powder on that I'm a little steadier with my hand than a paintbrush. Oh my gosh, that is my fingerprints. Oh, well, maybe I can embellish. All right, so this is, oops, wrong one. This is not a new tray. This is the original one from way back. And like I always say, if it's not broken, then keep using it. Okay, and put the lid on. Let us grab a corner here. Can't believe I did that on the card. Ugh, maybe my eraser will be able to take care of that mess. All right, here goes nothing. Gonna be loud for a couple seconds. Well, no, a while. There's my fingerprints. Dang it. Waiting for the magic to happen. The copper is so pretty. There we go. Come on, heat gun. And with this, you want to really make sure, take a really good look, because there's so much going on here, that you want to make sure you heat emboss every little bit. That one looks good. Over to this one. Oh, that's a little copper. Sandy, sandy, sandy. Well, I didn't put embellishments on because it doesn't really lend itself to the card. But we'll see. You can always try to erase. Oh, you're loving it already, Gail. Aw, you're so kind. Thank you. Heat embossing does take a bit. That's why I thought I would start with this first. especially when you're doing this much heat embossing. Now, the good news is I've already heat embossed the sentiment, so we won't be doing that again, and a couple of butterflies, dragonflies. I agree, Sandy. I never get tired of heat embossing. Never. It's like it pops up in color, and it's like, this is way too cool. Even with the little mistakes, we'll just call those little flecks of color. And there is a way around this. Any kind of messes you make. Oh, speaking of, I just saw some loose embossing powder. I know, and I'm one of those people, you know, the people that say, oh, just hold it in place. No, I have to move it. Oh, I love your comment, Gail. This is the only time I actually get to look at the comments. Gail says, I think it was heat embossing that sold me on card making about 20 years ago. It was definitely one of the first things I bought when I was starting. Oh, stop the noise. Alrighty. I think it goes this way, but look at my little oopsies. Like, oops, who does that? I assure you, my hands are clean. Okay, we are going to bring the cutter in, and I don't know that you'll be able to see everything, but we'll give it a shot. So, don't need the embossing, the scoring yet, but I am, here comes the measurements. Let me just double check that I'm doing this right. Did I not write it down? Oh my goodness, let me take a look at what I wrote. Nope, I for sure did not write it down. Okay, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Okay, hang on there. I will get my ruler out because there's no way I'm going to flub this. Okay. Well, nope, I can do it. Wait. Hang on. So, again, this is 5 3/8, and each little section will be... Alrighty, I got it. Okay, have to move my first card away. Okay, so each of the panels we'll be using is 1 3/4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. 1 5/8. Would that be correct, Sandy? You know what they say. Measure twice, cut once. I'm the worst for just jumping right in with 2 feet. Double checking. Beautiful. Yep. 2 lines under. And that was an inch. No wonder it takes me so long to do videos. All right. Yes. Okay. This is what happens when you make the card and you don't write the rest of the stuff down. So our panel is going to be 1 3/4. We're going 2 lines less to 1 5/8. And yes, I'm going to cut right through that. And I'm going to keep these in order. That's kind of important. Okay. 1 5/8. 2 lines under. Oh, is that? Yeah, I think it is. 2 lines under 1 3/4. Couldn't be lucky enough to land on. Keep your paper straight, Sandy, or you know what? You're not going to get a nice... I always remember and never forget, you want to make sure your paper's right up at the top. I think I had it just a little bit off. That's like a rookie move. Sandy, what are you thinking? And I am going to cut off some of this because this goes with the other one that I just cut. All right. Oh, I hate to do it, but here goes. Oh, that hurts. Can I use that for something later? Probably. We're not done. So this time I'm going to move the cutting blade away and getting out basic white. This is just the regular, not the thick. And our card base is unusual. Now, I think I don't know if I said this at the beginning, so I'm going to say it again. This is a card that I saw an American demonstrator named Susan Campfield. I saw her do the card. So I am turning it landscape, and I'm going to cut at 5 1/2. So it's going to be 5 1/2 by 11. Oops, first we're cutting. first we cut, move the piece away, and then here comes the scoring. So now we move the cutter away. Okay, 1 3/4 right there. Keep the paper up at the top. And then 3 1/2. Sorry, I'm wiggling the table. I'm not trying to. I'm stronger than I look. 3 1/2. 5 1/4. And then I have to open up the, like so. Open it up. And then 7 inches. Can I see all those lines? Yep. Hardly the first one, but I can do it. I can do it. All right. Let's move that away. Okay. Next. So here's your card. Oops. Here's your card this way. The piece that we didn't score is on your right-hand side. First thing you're going to do, I have to look again, is fold this piece over. And what you want to do every time you make a fold is make sure that everything's nice and straight and give it a really good burnish. Okay? Now, so that's a valley. Now we're going to make a mountain. Okay, and then we're going to make a valley. I can see it. There we go. Lined up. Beautiful. And then, you guessed it, we're going to go back. Now, this one's really light, but I can see it. There we go. So, there's our pieces. And, uh-oh, who did not keep them in order? Bad Sandy, bad Sandy. And what did I say? Keep them in order. Well, they're easy enough to put back together. That's kind of the nice part. There, they're back together. So, starting from left to right, I'm going to glue those in. So, like I said, if you were to do this without heat embossing, you absolutely could. You could do a whole bunch of things. For example, you could stamp here, and then use regular dry embossing on these two. Switch it around, whatever you like. Now I'm going to try and do this the easy way, which is turning it my way. And I'm using Tombow liquid multi-purpose glue because I need it. Okay, next. All right, second piece. And what I want to try my best to do is to line these up centered inside this 1 3/4 piece, but also top to bottom that they are in line this direction. I think that would probably look the best. Well, I just got good news today. I heard from a local shop that in addition to my paper quilling, they want me to bring, and these are her words, my beautiful cards in to sell at the shop. So yay. Yay. Am I happy with that? I am happy with that. Yes. That was a nice little boost that you know, one of those emails you like opening that you're like just happy to see. Because she already had a card maker for the last while, so I wasn't able to get my cards in the shop. But that card maker is not going to be moving on to the next stage. Oh, thank you, Gail. Gail says, congrats on getting a venue to sell your cards. Okay, so here we are so far. We're not done yet, because we have a whole bunch of pieces in here, including there's my extra dragonflies. And I actually said dragonflies this time. Okay, so you have all those measurements. And then there's this really beautiful paper. It's part of the online exclusive you've been hearing me talk about. And I wrote it down, naturally gilded. So you get this, you can get, or what you get is 2 sheets with the copper. And as soon as I saw the copper, I'm like, boom, I'm going for it. There's silver. And just one second. There's lots of demonstrators here. You probably have a way better memory than me. What's the third color? Copper. Gold. Good Lord, it's gold. But one of them is on ivory. So let's just take a peek. Ah, There, the gold is on the very vanilla color, and then there's the silver. So they're not identical either. These two look a lot alike, but that last one has a lot of darker line shirts. I haven't used the other colors. I've been absolutely stuck on the copper. Stuck on big time the copper. Okay, so this particular piece, this is 4 1/4. That is not. Who did what under? I wrote by 6. That's impossible, Sandy. Oh my God, this is why, you know. Uh-oh, that was my ruler. 1 second. Oh, and I do have good news. Remember 2 videos ago when I couldn't find my cover, my second plate from my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine? I found it. 2 weeks later, I found it. Okay, so let's get real. Let's do this right. Okay, it is 3 7/8. What on earth did you write? 3 7/8, because this is 4 inches and a little bit, 4 inches. Okay, and this is 5 1/2, so that will be, poor brain, I think my brain's had it, 5 3/8. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so it's 3 7/8 by 5 and 3/8. This is what happens when you don't write it down properly. And once again, I'm going to use this. Better double check. And we're not done, because like I said, this is a fun fold, but it's like this. I'm going to call this like an extra fun fold. The lost is found. How awful is that, eh? I mean, seriously. I've lost my phone, and I looked, when I'm all done, I've looked everywhere, and it's right here. Literally right beside me. So, was it lost? I don't think so. Okay, so that's getting pretty, but we're not done, because there's more. Okay, so like, where are you going to write on this card? I'm not going to say the back. I'm not going to agree to that. So what we have, if I've got the proper pieces here. Oh, there's another dragonfly. You know me, I always do more than I need. Kind of way more than I need. So this is where we all lose things right in front of us. Yes, we do. Okay, so this is how my card starts to differ from Susan's card. Is that this is my, I call this my mini layer. No, I didn't. Mini inside card. Oh, weird. And this is, oh, this is where the measurements come from. 4 1/4 by 6. So it's 4 1/4 this way and 6 inches this way. And I scored it at 3. And Susan's was a lot smaller, but number one, I write big. So I'm doing this. Now this card, when this is all folded up, this is thick enough. So instead of having this card open this way, I put the bulk on this side. But I also cut then this little piece, which will be, again, that's not the right measurement. Or is it? Oh, it is. 2 7/8, yes, by 4 1/8. I actually wrote it down right. Yes, and that is another online exclusive. So what that means is you're never going to find this in a catalog. All right? When you go on to my, I had the link in the original, and last week, Facebook would not let me go back in and put any information in. So this one says absolutely nothing at the top, because I wanted to get back into you. So this is the crosshatch, where you get the 3 embossing folders together. There we go. Nice little border. Get the glue off your fingers, move it over. And again, this is why I use this. Alrighty. Okay. So this, as you could probably already tell, now, I'm really not concerned. I can go as far as that over here. I'll somewhat center it as best I can, because, you know, I'm not a centerer, if that's even a word. I think not. Centerer? I don't like centering things, probably because I can't. If you can't do it, then, you know, fake it. Fake it till you make it. All right, but I'll do my best. Alrighty. And turn it sideways so I can see what I'm doing. I like to look on the longer edge. That seems to give me a better picture. Okay. We're getting there. And now I'm going to take one of these guys and punch them out. I'm going to punch them out. Oh, so there's, there's the difference in the butterflies. There's one with the solid tail, and there's one with the open tail. So you know what? Let's change things up a bit and use this one. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say. This is kind of a no-brainer, but you never know because I've been caught. Before you start heat embossing or stamping here, you have to think about how the punch is going to work. It goes this way, which is why I use this long piece to make it really easy. I just want to line them up, and I have to turn it my way so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Looks good. Looks a little bit high on that side. And punch. It may be partially, punched out a little bit of the other image. We don't need. Okay, so inside here, not on this side, because, unless there was something, because again, there's not much writing space, I'm going to put him over here. Just glue him down, the little Tombo. A little bit just to hold the tail. And looks like he's flying onto the page. Cool. Get off my card. Oh, I did do another one. Pardon me. We'll take this one because it's handy right beside me. And I did do another butterfly. This is really good that I have a sample because otherwise this whole winging it thing doesn't work this time. And nope, that's down too far. I like with our punches, you can hold them, paper's not moving. I'm not cutting yet, but you can do that and then punch. And there's that little guy just so you can see what he looks like. I thought I might like sponge some color on or something and then heat emboss as usual, but or something like that. But you never know. I'm mad at myself about that. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is going to go like this. So, and this is kind of going to be like this. I'm not going to put that one on quite yet, though, because we have a belly band. It's a real cute card, as you can see. I think Susan called it a WV card, but I'm just calling it like a double fancy fold card. So I went a little nutso crazy and did this. And then I'm like, yeah, that's way busier than I want my belly band to be. It's a lot thicker than I want it to be. I could cut it, but then I did another one and I thought, just go a little simpler there, Sandy. So this is 3/4 of an inch, probably 9 inches. I kind of like it right there. That was kind of the plan because I still have to put the sentiment on, right? So I'm going to fold that back, and I'm going to fold that one back too. Yeah, that's way more than I need. Let's make sure it's not too tight. It is not. And then we'll just, I can't cut it by hand. I can't do it. I can't do it. So one thing I want to do before I do any cutting is get this straight. Yeah, that was way longer than 9 inches, probably because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. Knowing me, that's probably right. So I'm just going to cut some, wait a second, don't get slap happy. I'll cut it off to here. See what I did? All right, and we'll just bring that back and see. Because it's so exciting to watch cutting. Boop, that's the noise it makes, boop. Oh, I hope I didn't mess that up. Okay. Like I said, and then we'll be able to decide where everything's going. Close the card. No fiddling with it. There we go. It doesn't matter to me that that's not in the center. That does not freak me out. Not one teeny weeny bit. Now, if you wanted to, you could just put a little line of Stampin' Seal here. The tape runner. But I'm happy with this. So there we go. And yes, I will hold that in place. In the meantime, here's the sentiment. And that came from Nature's Prints. Nature's Prints. I just really love how delicate this is. And I thought it went really well with the dragonflies. Then what I did, okay, let's pretend this is copper. I couldn't find my copper paper. This is more like a rosy colored copper, I think. I'm not sure. So I cut this using one of the stitched shapes, circles. And this one is with the layering circles, because I'm just going to layer it like that. A little bit of bling, not too much. I know, I can't believe I just said a little bit of bling. Let's see where this is going. Right here and here, so that works. And then we'll figure out where that guy's going. So let's get this on here first. So we are kind of winging it a little bit tonight. I will show you, but Susan's card did not have a belly band. I felt it was absolutely necessary. Now let me see, did I pop this up? Of course I did. Why am I even asking? I know, this side's all popped up basically when you think of it. So let's put this on here as well and get it kind of popped up. Not kind of popped up, period. And pretty well centered. And then I can still decide where I want this guy to go. Now, let's take that off. And my other belly band on my original is different, so I'll show you how I did that one too. I think what I'll do is just keep it really simple. That was there, that was there. Nope, I don't want it going the same direction. I know that sounds weird, but it's, you know what I mean? I like it to look like they're kind of flying. So, other direction has one. Dot, 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 and on you go. So hello there can be really like any kind of card when you think of it, right? Okay, so here's our fun fold. Here we are again. This is going to open this way. You can see some of the bling back here. And then on goes the belly band. Let's show you the original, where my fingerprints did not get on it. It is pretty much the same, but the belly band, for some reason I was going really plain with it. I just have to put it back on because I took it off the card. So what I did was, all this part's the same, but I'd already put the belly band on when I went, oh gosh, that's so plain. So then I ended up sticking the ribbon underneath, going around. And I do like the pool party sheer ribbon on it. Just added, because what have I got here? 2 colors, right? So I added a little bit more. Hey, Valerie. Oh, and hi, Kathy. Oh, and Carol. Hello. So there's the 2. And then I'll show you the 3rd card. So what I did is I did it, let's close that. I did it in opposite, which means I put the DSP on these layers and the rest as heat embossing. So here we go. And this is more, except the belly band, this is how Susan's card was, where it was folded this way. And then you open this and this. To tell you the truth, oh, and then I couldn't leave this completely plain. I had to put a couple of these little butterfly, I'm still calling them butterflies, on here. This one is flat, and this one I punched so I can kind of raise these up. I was going to remember where Happy Birthday was from. And apparently I got all tidy too and cleaned it up. I used one of the stitched shapes, one of the banners. And then this is a stitched rectangle. Now, this time, and you can't fit the whole thing in, this time I used the stitched greenery die. Now, what you don't want to do is what I did. See where I kind of broke it? Don't use your bone folder on it. Just fold it over gently. So this card can actually sit out like this. And this can go on here. And I did not think, where's Happy Birthday from? It's from a really pretty set. This was planned. See how this goes under here? I just thought that looked really pretty. I hope you agree. Let's see if I can, nope, I can't find it. So, and then this one, this was the original. I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? even with the belly band on. I couldn't do it. I had to put it under, which I kind of like. So what do you think? That's my original. I can tell because it doesn't have fingerprints on it. So we'll just leave this one closed. And you know what? I put 0 embellishments on this. I think there's enough bling and shine and prettiness to it that I really honestly don't think it needs it. I don't. And you have room to write here and a little bit there. If you had to, you could write on the back. So yeah, but yeah, I couldn't cover up that pretty butterfly. When you're mailing this, there's a really good chance you're going to, if you're mailing this, that you're going to need a little extra postage. Regardless of what country you're in. I'm pretty sure because it's reasonably thick. You can always try it out though and find out. So there you go. Happy birthday. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm glad you agree, Gail, that it's enough without the embellishment. We got enough. I looked at everything and I had a couple on and I took them off and went, no, not happening. Anyway, my friends, that is tonight's video. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to share. Pop over to my YouTube, Lolly and Sand page. There's a lot of videos there too. And I could definitely use some support over there. And then I'm on Instagram as Lolly and Sand as well. Again, if you need a catalog, let me know. One of the new catalogs, the annual catalog, it's coming out in May, but we have to make our decisions. Well, I'm going to make my decision this month of which, of how many I'm sending out. So yeah, message me if you need, if you would like a copy of the new catalog. It's less expensive for me to have Stampin' Up! Mail it than Canada Post. So, and thank you so much for joining me as well. I appreciate your comments and your likes and all that. Oh, been talking long enough apparently. And I will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye-bye.